please stop. Hey. Hey. Jack. Hello? Goodness gracious. Why can't I update this gift goal? Sorry, hold on one second. Hello, Dink. I'm trying to update the gift gallery and it will not let me, which is really weird. Nope. Let's see. All right, let's see if this works. Jack, please stop it. Hello, Ken. Dinky just saved us from a coyote outside. Wow, now all the text has changed. Like now I see the text difference. It's also bolder. Do you know what I mean by that? Like it's brighter. Does that make sense? Also, the package is not coming today. I just got the notification that it was transferred to the post office. So the surprise will be here hopefully tomorrow. I'm a little saddened, but that's okay. Hunter, hello. What are you doing on your day off? Anything exciting? Oh, fuck nuts. Dun, 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 dun. Also, I do want to make one statement. I watched a TikTok video last night. Hello, Arlie. I watched a TikTok video last night where people were reporting other streamers for swearing too much. So I guess that's a thing you can do. So I'll be sure to mind my P's and Q's because I feel like trying to tell someone that they do something too much is an opinion. I don't know. It's tough. What's everybody up to today? Arlie, thanks for the heart me. It does. I'm a little bummed by it, but it's okay. Dun, dun, dun. All right. Hunter, Ken, Dinky, and Arlie, would you guys like your card for the day? I would be more than happy to pull it for you. Also, do not forget that tonight is movie night. We're watching, what's it called? Billy and Molly and Otter Love Story. Jessica, hello. Thanks for the heart me. All right, let's see. And don't forget our next live class is on 4/18 if you're someone who would like to be a part of that. Oh no, that's a bummer. Do you have a pizza ready to go today? Hi, Monica. All right, let's see. What do I got for Hunter today? I gotta put some music on. Whoa. Hunter, this is the Cobra. Monica, thanks for the heart me. All right, let's see. It's number 33, by the way. Cobra poking his head into your life is showing you that soon unexpected opportunities will be showing themselves. You must be prepared to strike quickly. Do not pay too much attention to what others will say about this. Hone in on your intuition and move swiftly and decisively. Alternatively, if you are stuck in a seemingly impossible to break fixation on something or someone, snap out of it. This is preventing you from taking advantage of all of your promising opportunities that are around you. You need to see in them. Hunter, that was fab. I saw a giant anaconda this morning as one of my first TikToks. That was enough for me. It was over 200 pounds and the lady was 5 foot nothing. Creepy, in my opinion. So, couple things I want you to remember. If you are someone who is in the Patreon, one, the Shadow Work Journal came out. We did the container with Archangel Mary. That's also out. Ether Study Hall is coming up. I think this week is also the first readings and energy work. And then soul sessions and a guided meditation is this weekend. All right, let's see. Ken, this is the lion. The majestic lion appears when leadership is needed. The true leader is one who supports those around him, has patience, and uses empathy, compassion, and wisdom to get the work done. Stay away from bossy and dictator behavior, because this will not get you what you desire. Look to bring balance into your life in this situation and take time to not only work, but to relax and de-stress. Right? That was a good one. All right, Dinky, let's see. Ooh, is that the salmon? It is. All right, let's see. When you see the salmon swimming into your life, you're being shown that the struggle you're facing may seem insurmountable, but just know that the most resistance is just before you succeed. Do not give up. Put all your faith, power, passion, and energy into achieving what it is that you are working towards. Going against the current, while exhausting at times, also brings you the experience of a journey that forced you to give it your all and a pride of a huge accomplishment. Make sure that you're able to detach yourself from the emotions that may be weighing you down. Dinky. All right, Arlie, let's see. Jessica, do you want a card for the day? I got Arlie next, Monica, and then if Jessica would like one, we'll go to Jessica. Let's see. What do I have for Arlie today? What's one thing that everyone's going to do for themselves today? Tell me something good. What you got? Oh, my frick. Which one? Yeah, Jessica, I am. If you're interested in a past life reading, they're either 22 or the dragon thing over here. But yeah, most definitely. Arlie, left or right? Ooh, I support that. Do-do-do. This is the flamingo. Do-do-do. The flamingo makes an appearance in your life when you need to hear that no matter what is going on in your life, even if it's a drama-filled situation, there is always a takeaway lesson. She is here to show you that nothing happens that is not supposed to. Finding the lesson is critical to be able to stay away from the lower vibrational emotions that you are experiencing. Take out a piece of paper and list possible lessons. You may not be able to in a place to see them right now, so use your imagination. Stuck in traffic and going to be late? Perhaps if you were on time, you would be in an accident. Once you start training yourself to look at situations in this way, life becomes very much less frustrating. Hi, Bubba. Rain, hello. Arlie, that was fabulous. I hope everyone is having a beautiful day today. Happy Monday. Don't forget, we did a sacred container on Friday with Archangel Mary. That's available over on the Patreon. The new shadow work journal is out. A bunch of new stuff, so feel free to go check it out. All right, let's see, Monica. What do we got? Don't forget tonight's movie night if you're someone who hangs out with us in the Discord. It's a cinematic documentary. It's pretty cute, honestly. I've seen it before. Okay, let's see. Monica, this is the mantis. Usually the praying mantis makes an appearance when we flooded our lives with so much business, activity, or chaos that we can no longer hear the still, small voice within us. Taking a step back and some simple meditation would be in order here. Because the external din we've created needs to be quieted so that we can come back to our own truth. She will always come to us when we need peace, quiet, and calm in our lives. Oh, it is. Shout out to Monica. That's where this deck came from. It's the Wild Elemental deck. Okay. It hasn't been giving me notifications. Hold on 2.5 seconds. Watch out, you're welcome. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull Rain, and then I'm going to come over and do Jessica's, and we'll also do her reading after. Bum, bum, bum. All right, Rain, what do we got? Hello. This is the eagle. Ken, thanks for the heart me. Let's see. When the eagle soars into your life, it is never quiet or subtle. Eagle is a sign to reconnect with your spiritual path. She's showing you the way to the highest of your personal truth. and the guidance she brings is one of the heart and your higher self. The sky is the limit when you follow your highest directives. What is it that your heart desires, and how does this tie in with your spiritual path? What is the bigger picture of these two things combined? As long as you're open, listen and allow, and the eagle will show you the way. Thanks for the Go Populars. All right, I'm going to put this sticker up real quick, like do. Also tomorrow, I think, is craft night, everybody. Just friendly reminder that I'm pretty sure it is. I'm gonna put this right in front of my damn head. You're welcome, Monica. Thanks for lighting up the TikToks. YouTheBomb.com. Thank you for that. Okay. All right. Let's see, Jessica. What do we got? This is the mole. It's number 11. Thanks for the finger hearts. You guys rock. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for helping me light up the gift gallery. I've really been sucking at that lately, so I'm trying to be more cognizant of it. The mole popping up in your life is a sign to look inward for your special connection to the earth and all the energies inherent around you. You can find your answers in your ability to go within and focus on what the energy of the situation is telling you. Take your time, and when you're in the dark about a situation, do not rush or assume. Slowly and quietly gather facts and listen to the energy and what they're trying to tell you. Do not let anyone else sway you. Burrow down and stay your course. You'll arrive at the decision that you were meant to. Ooh, happy early birthday. That's awesome. I freaking love that, dude. Look at that. That's a cool birthday to have. All right, Jessica, question. Have you ever seen me do a past life reading before? Because if not, I would like to explain to you what it looks like. Okay, perfect. Do I have permission to come on over and visit? I have my not $100 Nido. I got this back when Nidos were regularly priced. Okay, give me 1 second. Jessica, can I ask you a question? Do you deal with anxiety belly or like belly issues? Okay. Do you also deal with like neck pain? Like it feels like neck, but then leak like into shoulder tension. Oh my God, I want the jellyfish rain, and if you look at Walmart, they're like $50 or stuff, and even on here, if you find like a real one, they're expensive as all hell now. Ooh, that's no good. Okay. All right, let me get to the next layer of the onion. 1 second. Actually, I'm sorry. I have to ask one more question. Are you grieving the loss of someone who's passed, or maybe potentially someone who is still present that you had to like set boundaries with? Okay. All right. Now, hold on. Next layer of the onion. 1 second. The very first thing that was like super interesting to me is like when I came in, I'm like standing on a dirt path, but there's this bright white wall. The other thing too is this wall has like has one of those like arch, is it plaster? I don't know. It's like a cement, or it's a white wall. And it has like a big arch on it to like walk through, and then you can go down what looks like a cliffside kind of into like a town that's on the water. And it reminds me of like a port, but I'm pretty sure this is an island just by like the viewpoint that we have, right? So we're on top of what looks like, it looks like a island that has like two high peaks on it. And this one we're like looking down over like the community. You're a man in this lifetime. The other thing that I'm going to say is super prominent is whatever we were doing up here at this moment, is there's something to it of like ritualistic value. The other thing that really sticks out to me is the connection to the elements. So it's like air, land, water, fire, all used in like whatever you were doing, and your space to practice is up at like the top of this crest of hill, mountain, whatever you want to call it. The other thing that's come across a couple times is your use of like this blue indigo ink, paint, something in some of the rituals that you do. There's some kind of fear or insecurity that exists for you in this time. I'm just trying to figure out what it is, because I see you spending a lot of time by yourself. People come to you with like deep spiritual needs. Not, how do I say this? Not like, oh, so-and-so cheated on me, can you do something? These are like very prominent deep needs. Healings within, like, it looks like ancestral lines is a big thing. Ailments is like a big one, like mainly sickness. So I honestly wouldn't be surprised if in this lifetime you still find yourself wanting to help others. I also wouldn't be super shocked if you find that you have, I get the impression that in this current timeline you're in, you know that you have these abilities, but there's a fear of the intangibles in being able to connect the seen and the unseen. Because one of the biggest fears we overcome with that is, how do I know if I'm making this up or not? And that in itself will deter people a lot from making the connection. In this timeline, though, however, that connection was very prominent. Birds were also something that was super specific. I just got like a wicked. The other thing too is you have a very different way of seeing things than some other people do, especially in this timeline, which is what gave you that edge. There is a soul cycle that's come up already, and it's that hermit mode isolation one. So whenever I see that, what it usually shows me is someone who goes inside and then spends all their time pouring into other cups, and they get burnt out and then will just stick to themselves. And along this timeline, first off, there's something that happened with fire in this timeline as a young. I can't tell if it's your parents died in a fire. I see like a house being like lit on fire, and this is something like very young in this. This in turn, wherever this great loss was in the beginning of this timeline, has kind of incurred keeping people at a distance, but being able to help as many people as possible, which is the way you come out of that hermit mode. So make sure that if you're in this timeline still experiencing those isolation lines, that you're still finding a safe place to come out and express yourself to, especially if you feel that your cup is empty. there's like, you have on a really strange necklace, just because I haven't seen it. It's like, it's a chain, but then it has 3 squares. Two are larger. The center one's not as big, and they're like some kind of bluish. What is topaz? I don't know what that looks like. I just heard topaz. I don't know what that is, but like set in these squares, and the way they hang is like very particular. Okay. The other thing that's really interesting, I had to ask about this timeline because I like this soul cycle in this because I wasn't sure where it was going, but there is, when we have these life experiences as a human being, we have oftentimes like the subconscious and conscious parts of ourselves that we spend a lot of time trying to bring into harmony. And what it looks like in this timeline is there was some darkness, and I feel like in this timeline it was explicitly through childhood. Whatever, like there was something that happened with your parents, and then this fire occurred, and there is just this piece where it's like, I don't want to accept this part of me. I don't know how to look at it. I don't know how to accept it. So I just kind of like stuff it and bury it and try to function pretending it doesn't exist. And that's like one of the biggest ways that we'll stay in disconnection. So if this is a cycle you still find yourself actively repeating, if there are some traumas in your life that have happened, if there are some things that have happened, maybe even some choices that you've made that you try to just like, see if there's a way to wrap it in love. And how can you make this lesson or experience something that can help versus feel like a hindrance or a dead weight? I get the impression that this is, where is that? Wherever the Aegean Sea is, this is some kind of island there. Couple things. The other thing that's prevalent for this timeline is a lot of the things you did, you foraged in the forest on your own. And the other thing too is there was always this thanks for the things that you got, like food from the water and, you know, herbs and other things. There was always this deep connection and thankfulness in the way that things are harvested and foraged. This is not a very big town either. There's like, it's a community, but it's not very large. It's also that this island isn't very large either. So it's about this small, tight-knit community, but you also kind of like kept yourself on the edge of it. Like enough to be helpful and to be aware, but not enough to fully immerse yourself in it. And there's that disconnect of not wanting to repeat cycles, and also about being able to receive and let trust and love in from other things, not just source and other. And I kind of feel like the way I'm looking at your timeline is it's flip-flopped currently. So in this timeline, there was all this exception of how source and God is there, and the universe supports you and nature supports you. You didn't really rely much on other people, but then it seems like that may have flipped now. So if you find yourself experiencing that, instead of worrying about how to connect up, start with connecting in. And naturally from the connection in, it'll go up. Okay, enough of that. Sir. Sorry. I asked if you've ever seen this in a dream before I leave. And they specifically showed me that wall with that white arch. And then they brought me to that necklace. It looks like this, but it has blue. Oh gosh. There's blue in those square inlays. So I don't know if that's something you've ever seen before, but that's one of the, like, that's something that they have showed me as far as if you've been a part of this lifetime before. All right, 1 second. Jessica, as I'm coming out of this timeline, there is a message here that I'm going to hand over to you, which is, I have a feeling that you take on a lot of responsibility for other people. And so make sure that you're not overpouring or overtaking on someone else's responsibility to save them from themselves. Does that make sense? I'm so interested to know what this necklace might be. If you ever find out, please make sure to let me know. Okay. There's something to, and like they brought me to your neck again, which is like, the last thing I'm going to say to you is the love and care you show to other people, make sure you're finding time to show that to yourself. Bria, all the love to you, my friend. Jessica, is it okay if I pull you a talisman? I'm glad. It was kind of like before you go, 1 second, 1 second, Nam, before you leave. All right, let's see. Ooh, that was chaotic. Hold on. This is the grounding card. All right, let's look. The anchor in this card represents grounding and stability. A long-awaited relationship, position, or financial compensation will become permanent. You can now ease your mind and focus on the desired security. This card can mean finally seeing the light after a challenging period and the stormy weather is over, and you can now adjust to the new steady pace in life. Don't be afraid to take a chance, but choose the option with long-term beneficial results if the opportunity arises. The affirmation is, I know I am safe and secure. Jessica, do you do energy work at all? Because the other thing I was going to say with that card is, I did post a 10-minute, hi Yodi, I did post a 10-minute grounding exercise that if you're looking to start getting into that stuff, feel free to. It's free on the Patreon, but I also posted it within the Discord so people can grab it from there. And then as always within the Patreon, there's plenty of classes around energy work. But if you wanted to sit and do this 10-minute meditation, it looks like, hold on, it looks like this. And it's just the 10-minute regrounding exercise. So feel free to go and do that. And also there is a guided meditation to meet your spirit guides if that's something you want to do. Because what I will tell you is I have the feeling that you get messages and you receive information, but I think the intangible is the part that's turning you off from it. So know that you're not making the things up and just focus on receiving them and see how it goes. Because I think you get way more messages than you give yourself credit for. You're welcome. Thanks for trusting me in your energy. That's so weird. Echo, hello. Thank you for trusting me in your energy. Truthfully, it's always an honor and a privilege. The other thing I will say too is if you're, I think you might be in the Patreon, feel free to check out the Sacred Container with Archangel Mary. I think that also would be a good one too. Oh. Brea, welcome. Hang out with us anytime you would like. I have a feeling. Yeah. It's okay. We all go through that, truthfully. That's one of the things we all go through. That's why I try to host a ton of live events, so that we can work through some of that stuff. The next live class is actually about receiving information and using our discernment with it, if that's something you're interested in. And then before I talk out of my booty hole, 1 second, the Ether Study Hall workshop in Patreon this month is about finding chords and clearing your auric field. If that's something you're interested in, feel free to come hang out to that. And don't forget that that all of the Ether Study Halls are available for everybody to go back and look at if they missed the live one. Right, poor Echo. Ta-da! Oh, what's everybody up to today? Anything fun and exciting? I hope everyone had a beautiful weekend. I was supposed to have a surprise to show the collective today. The post office is slowing the game up. So stay tuned. I can't wait to show you guys tomorrow, as long as it all looks great. I'm very excited. Feel free to take your time. I break the shadow work journal up in weekly prompts, so that way no one feels overwhelmed all at once. So feel free to just be present with them too. The other thing I want to say is this: however you do a shadow work journal is what works for you. The goal that I have in life is to help you all build a foundation, and then you create it your own, for a couple of reasons. One, you can't function off of a foundation that isn't yours. So this is why I always try to give people, here are the basics, let's build your foundation, and then you can keep growing from it. Because when you use someone else's foundation as yours, you'll struggle. Because not everything that works for you works for me, works for somebody else. So, my brain just completely shut off there for a second. So never mind. I don't know where I was going with that. Oh, the shadow work journal. So if you are someone who writes down prompts, you just process prompts in your head, you process your prompts out loud with somebody else, whatever works. There is no specific way that you have to do it. So truthfully, whatever works for you, if you're someone who just likes to read it and work through it, you want to write it all out, whatever that may look like. I talked about it in the Patreon this morning for the Daily Collective, but I spent a lot of time processing emotions yesterday that I didn't know were there. And it was all family stuff, because yesterday is a day where people and their families get together, right? And so I had all this stuff come up that I had to work through that I didn't even know was there. And so did I write about it? No. I just processed it, and I also painted yesterday. That was another way. Because one thing that I like to tell people too is, one of the themes this month is really going to be mindfulness, and sometimes stillness looks different for everybody. So sometimes meditating is being calm and still. Other times it's going for a walk. Other times it's painting. Other times it's writing. So if you hold on to the belief that you have to be still to be mindful, you don't. Hello, Kate. Welcome in, my friend. Welcome, welcome. Truthfully, find what works for you. That's what this is about, right? I always talk about it takes discipline and building a routine to start putting work into yourself. And a lot of us find it much easier to dedicate time and effort into somebody else, but we struggle to do it for ourselves. And a lot of that comes from self-worth. So, how can we reprogram that? And a lot of people don't want to look at that either, because then they take it as an attack, and it isn't. It's something we've been programmed, and it's easier for us to understand things from that purview versus blaming ourselves for it. These are things you're taught and experience that have happened. It's not your fault, but it is your responsibility to work through them. I love that, Monica. That's awesome. I hope Silas had a blast and the Easter Bunny came to visit. Cricket, I like your name. Hello, Lori. So I also want to say, is there anyone who has questions, not yes and no questions for the love of God, but questions about shadow work, your spirit guides, any connecting in, mediumship, any of these things? I would be more than happy to work through them. And if I don't have the answer for you, I will point you in the direction to go. Oh, dude, I'm kind of jealous, I'm not going to lie. 3 different egg hunts. You know, in fairness, it wasn't a bad weekend in totality. yesterday was just weird, but Saturday was good. A little mortified at some farm animal stuff, but otherwise it was a great day. Had cookout for the first time. Hi Nikki, how are you? Kate, the easiest way I can say is to start connecting in period and doing the shadow work. Because a lot of times when we feel disconnected, we have to start making a conscious effort to reconnect, which means doing things for ourselves, spending time with ourselves, going back into hobbies and things that bring us joy and excitement, even though someone maybe told us they were dumb or stupid at one point in time. So the easiest first step is to start reconnecting. The biggest thing that if you're someone who takes teaching classes with me or you're in Soul Sanctuary, one of the biggest things I'll give as homework is this. If you are new on your journey, right? You're new, whether you're reconnecting, whatever it may be, take 5 minutes every day for 7 days straight and write down 3 things you're grateful for. And then spend the rest of those 5 minutes just being present with your body, whatever may come up, whatever may come through, whatever emotions need to process. And I can't tell you how many people can't make it to the 7-day mark. I've checked in with a ton of people when I've given this out as homework. And a lot of the time the answer is, oh, I stopped doing it after day 2. Oh, I didn't see the point in it, so I didn't start doing it. And it's just the fact that we as humans find it very difficult and selfish to connect into ourselves. So I will always say, spend 7 days devoting time and effort to yourself and your growth. And if you can do that, then start building on bigger commitments. But my first and always suggestion is 7 days of 3 things you're grateful for. Oh, I love that. I'm honored with that. I think people try to make it more difficult than it is. You have to do this, you have to do that. You have to start wanting to be present with yourself. And as someone who personally I have been sober from opiates now for probably 8 years and a couple months. And I used to be an expert at running away from things, my feelings. I used to let my mail pile up. I wouldn't fucking look at my own mail. I just didn't this is what I wanted to do. Goodbye. I'm not here right now. And so I used to outrun myself all the time. And the day that I started making the decision to check back in with myself and reconnecting to myself was the best thing I ever did. Would that process help with grounding? I see grounding as part of being present and mindful. So in the experience that I have, right, grounding is more than going and standing outside barefoot. Grounding is more than sitting under the sun. Grounding is more than being present and just being in nature. There has to be intention to it. So one of the biggest things I teach, especially in Ether 101, is how do you ground yourself, cleanse yourself, shield yourself, call your power back, and cut your cords. And then you can build a practice to ground. And one of the biggest ways, because I have a lot of people who will come to me and they don't know what it feels like to need to be grounded. And I'll always ask, are you someone who feels like you need to run out of your skin? And if the answer is yes, it's because your soul is bouncing all around and we need to bring it into that space of being present and pulling it back down. And that's also opening our grounding cord. Addiction blows apart our grounding cord, trauma, all these things. And so we have to have a conscious effort to, intended action. So it will help you start to move some of the distortion within your field. Do I think it will help with grounding? It's a part of it, but not the whole piece. Okay, there's a couple things I can suggest. I have classes on energy work on the Patreon. If you are someone who would like to check that out, feel free. All of my classes are 22 doll hairs. You're more than welcome to check it out. The other thing is I have free stuff between the YouTube and the Patreon too. So there's a 10-minute regrounding exercise, there's meditations to connect into your guides and more. So it's really about where you would like to start. But you are more than welcome to. everyone also will have a different way probably of teaching grounding. So I just teach a general basic and then allow people to build off of it. What does it make you nervous about? Are you afraid that you won't be able to commit to yourself? Yodi, this is the Lion. I understand that, and I hope you know that you are not alone in that. The first time someone ever told me to sit with myself, I cursed her the whole time. I was like, this is me sitting with myself. This is me sitting with myself. This is me doing it. And I literally probably did that the first 10 times until I started to actually enjoy it and understand it. But I did it out of spite the first 10 times. And eventually doing it out of spite led me to actually do it. The majestic lion appears when leadership is needed. The true leader is one who supports those around him, has patience, and uses empathy, compassion, and wisdom to get the work done. Stay away from the bossy and dictator behavior, and this will not get you what you desire. Look to bring balance into your life in this situation and take time to not only work, but to relax and de-stress. You're welcome. Thelma, happy Monday. I hope everyone is having a beautiful day. A couple things. On Friday, we did a sacred container with Archangel Mary. That's up if you would like to go be a part of it. This week is also soul sessions and a new guided meditation. Kate, 100% get that. And if I can ask you, just allow those emotions to come, because 90% of the time, those are the cover emotions. It's not actually the true emotion. I can't tell you, myself included, how many people I've worked with. Like I am doing teaching and shadow alchemy sessions with some people right now. And one of the biggest things that I hear in the group of people that I'm working with right now is I black out. I go 0 to 60 and I want to punch somebody. I get really mad at myself and I self-sabotage. And what we have to do is learn how to interrupt that and figure out where it comes from. And I had someone last week who said to me, you know, I used to think that I was always angry until I started doing this work. And then I realized I'm just really sad. But nobody cares when you're sad. Nobody pays attention when you're sad. But when you're angry, everybody gives a fuck because it will somehow affect them. The other thing too, this was a big one for me. I never liked being sad because people used to pity me, and I fucking hate that. One of my biggest things is I used to speak a lot about my experiences to try and teach other people about them, right? And one of the biggest things, and I used to train law enforcement quite a bit. And so I'll never forget, I had a chief of police come up to me one day and said to me, I'm sorry for what you went through. And I looked at him and I said, why are you sorry? What did you do? Nothing. So there is nothing for you to be sorry for. So instead, reframe that into, I'm sorry that was an experience you had, but don't you take responsibility for what someone else did to me. And it's about shifting perspective, right? So if you are someone who feels these ways, sit and look with them. You know that phrase, I sat with my anger long enough and found out her name was grief. Or I went through my anger bubble and found out it's just a well of sadness. But we use anger and other things as a protective strategy. It's like body weight. People don't want to talk about that, but when we have excess body weight, especially weight that we can't get rid of, we've held on to forever, your body is trying to protect you from something. Okay? So I have a quote that I heard, and the quote goes like this: your body either made you bigger to protect you or smaller to control the chaos. So there's so many signs and things that we miss from our body. And if we're able to be present and start working through where that energy is, you'll be amazed to see how things change. Hello, Bee. Yodi, that's awesome. Sounds like you might have heard some light language. Kate, you're so welcome. Claire, feel free to come hang out with us whenever you would like. The Patreon has a 7-day free trial for Ember if you're someone who wants to check it out without the commitment. Our Discord is completely free if you want to come hang out. I also do live classes within the Discord. So don't forget, our next live class is on April 18th. It's 33 doll hairs a person, and it's in the Discord. And if you're looking for more information on it, it's posted within the Discord and Patreon as well. That's awesome. You should try to see and ask what kind it is, where it comes from, or who they are. Ask some questions about it. See what you get. Claire, I'm fabulous. How are you on this early Tuesday morning? Isn't it early there for you? All right, Claire, let's see. Get it, girl. I can't wait to hear what happens. Kate, do you want an oracle card? All right, let's see, Claire. What do we got? Girl, that's perfect. I love that. Always divinely protected. This is a theme today. Claire, this is the Cobra. I'm going to come to you right after Claire. You got it. Claire, that's number 33. The Cobra poking his head into your life is showing you that soon unexpected opportunities will be showing themselves, and you must be prepared to strike quickly. Do not pay too much attention to what others will say about this, and hone in on your intuition and move swiftly and decisively. Alternatively, are you stuck in seemingly impossible to break fixation on something or someone? Snap out of it. This is preventing you from taking advantage of all of the promising opportunities that are around you. You need to see them. Claire, I like that. That's a good one. All right, let's see. What do I got for Kate today? Kate, this is the Whale, Archangel Mary. It's also number 13. Oh my God, that's too funny. When the whale swims into your life, you're being reminded that your life is yours to live. You are prompted to follow your heart's song. What makes you unique is key to what you're here to do. Do not try to make yourself a weak copy of someone else or what others want you to be. Sing your song and sing it proud. Alternatively, you're being reassured that while you cannot know everything, you can be assured that all you have to do is trust and have faith that what your heart desires will come to you in the right time and in the right way. Hello, Allison. All right, Thelma, let's see. Let's see. Thelma, left or right? This is interesting. They're both birds. Same color bird. Even more interesting. Hi, Courtney. What are you doing? Thanks for the club cheers. Do you want a card? I didn't even see you in here. Sneaky sneak. 55, schmitty-five, schmitty-five, schmitty-five. Do-do-do-do-do. That's honestly super interesting. I bet that whale is going to look super cool. Thelma, which one would you like, my friend, left or right? I wish I could crochet. I can't do stuff like that. I've tried. My mom tried to teach me how to knit. No go. This is the heron. I really would like to do embroidery. All right, let's see. The heron is all about independence in all of its trappings. When the heron arrives with messages, she is letting you know that you got this. In order for you to soar to the heights that you were born to, take care that you also stay grounded. Only then will you be able to reach your potential. Find your boundaries. Do not let others take advantage of you. And when you start to wiffle waffle with others, take it as an opportunity to look deep into about you and what you're willing and unwilling to keep around healthy boundaries. The heron brings lessons that can be challenging, but on the other side is a freedom, and that peace is priceless. Allison, thanks for the heart me. right? There's so many things I want to embroider. I've seen people take like scratched up couches and embroider them, or like embroider into their car hearts and stuff, and I think it's super cool. You're welcome. Welcome. All right, let me... All right. Allison, do you want a card? All right, Courtney, let's see. Courtney, this is also the whale. I know, they look so cool. One day I'm gonna thrift a couch and try. When the whale swims into your life, you're being reminded that your life is yours to live. You are prompted to follow your heart's song, and what makes you unique is a key to what you're here to do. Do not try to make yourself a weak copy of someone else or what others want you to be. Sing your song and sing it proud. Alternatively, you're being reassured that while you cannot know everything, you can be assured that all you have to do is trust and have faith that what your heart desires will come to you in the right time and in the right way. Courtney, that was fab. Hi, Shayna. All right, Allison, let's see. What do we go? Do, 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 do. Allison, this is the Road Runner. Shayna, I'm fabulous, my friend. I hope you are well. Thanks for the heart, me. La, da, da. Hold on, I'm trying. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm going to try. Oh, but it's wrong. I can't edit it. Okay, that's not right, but we will put it, we'll see if we can put it back up. It didn't populate. Hold on, guys. Sorry, 1 second. Oh, it's, you know why? It's, hold on, sorry. Best I got. I'm sorry. I'm still learning how to function those boards. I don't know what I'm doing with them yet. Okay. The Roadrunner. Hello, my brain. Just like the cartoon from years ago, which pitted a certain coyote against his nemesis, the Roadrunner burst into your life to put you on notice that you need to make some quick decisions in the near future. There are ideas that you've percolated and possibly waiting for the exact right time to implement. Well, that time is here and now. Stop waiting. Trust that you have everything you need to move forward with your ideas and plans and muster up all the motivation you need. Break it down into small steps and then go. Alternatively, like our cartoon buddy, this may be a warning that there may be roadblocks ahead, but know that by being present, aware, and trusting in your capabilities, you will be able to think on your feet and turn these roadblocks into advantages. Dun-dun-dun. You're welcome. Thanks, Shayna. Thanks for the necklaces. Jessica, that is super freaking cool. That is so cool. I love past life readings. That's all I gotta say. They're so fun. I feel like we learn so much stuff from them too. All right, let's see, Allison. Nope, I just did yours. Who else? Who was I just coming to? Shayna. All right, let's see. Thank you guys for helping me light up the gift gallery this week. I've really been slacking on it big time, so I'm trying to get back on it. So thank you, thank you, thank you. A couple things. We did a sacred container with Archangel Mary. It's up on the Patreon. There is a new free exercise. It's a 10-minute regrounding exercise if you want to check it out. And then, what else? The guided meditation is this Sunday. Soul Sessions is on Saturday. And our next live class is on April 18th. It's 33 doll hairs a person. And it's all about how we receive information and then how do we utilize our discernment around it. Thanks for the necklace, Rain. All right, let's see, Shayna, what do I got? Okay. Shayna, left or right? This is also the Roadrunner. I'm seeing themes today. The Cobra, the Roadrunner, and the Whale. Just like the cartoon from years ago, which pitted a certain coyote against his nemesis, the Roadrunner bursts into your life to put you on notice that you'll need to make some quick decisions in the near future. There are ideas that you've percolated, possibly waiting for the exact right time to implement. That time is here and now. Stop waiting, trust that you have everything you need to move forward with your ideas and plans. Muster up all the motivation you need, break it down into small steps, and then go. Alternatively, like our cartoon buddy, this may be a warning that there may be roadblocks ahead, but know that by being present, aware, and trusting in your capabilities, you'll be able to think on your feet and turn these roadblocks into your advantage. Also, we did the full moon guided meditation and energy work this week, so if you're someone who wants to check it out, it's in the Discord, Patreon. Da-da-da. Shayna, that was fabulous. Da-da. Thanks for letting me pull it for you. What's everybody up to today? I hope everyone had a good weekend. Don't forget, tonight's movie night. Tomorrow is craft night. And then Wednesday, I believe, is the next time for readings and energy work for my Patreon people. You're so welcome. Thanks for letting me pull it for you. It's the movie is actually, it's a cinematic documentary, and it's called Billy and Molly, an Otter Love Story. I've already seen it. It's actually really cute in my humble opinion, so I'm excited to see what everybody else thinks about it. It's a National Geographic one. Claire, what we doing? Sounds good to me. Also, I want to remind everybody that if you come into movie night, your microphone is automatically muted and you physically cannot turn it on. So don't ever worry about people hearing you, because they can't. The only person you got to be careful of who's muted is me. And I've done that before. So, you know, we all make mistakes. Yes, my friend, what kind of reading are we doing? Are we doing past lives? Are we doing guides? Are we doing energy work? What sounds good? I'm changing this. Okay. Do I have permission to come over and visit, please? Okay. Question. Are you getting messages, but you're struggling to interpret or believe them, so they don't vocalize? Queen, as soon as I'm done with this reading, I will pull your card. A couple things. There's something here about not setting expectations for the information that comes through. The other thing is paying attention where the messaging comes through. Because I have to ask you a real weird question. Before you get a message, do you get like some pressure on like the left side of your head by your ear sometimes? And then like the rest of your body lights up on the left side? Is there something that you've been trying to do, like new? Like, is there something new you've been trying to do, but you're like, there's a solar plexus block around it? Have you been undertaking something new or trying something new? Okay. You get proper information. The problem is that the ego takes over. So there's a couple things. When you're sitting with these messages, try to make sure you can figure out where they come from. If you're receiving messages on the left side and they come in this way, if it's automatically, this is a weird way to put this, if it's automatically rebuked by the right side of your brain, ask your ego to take a step back. Because they show me that, like, the information comes in and then this side of your brain is like, no, that's not true. You just made that up. And then it causes this big doubt bubble. Like, I wouldn't be super surprised if you, like, actually start to get bubble gut sometimes when that happens. There is something really to this ear pressure. Because it's like, it gives me the impression that your guide is trying to tell you that when you feel this ear pressure, that is a confirmation for them that the information is true and where it's coming from. I have to ask you another question. When you're channeling these messages, before you go to channel, do you get a lot of pressure in your mouth? Yeah. So oh, do you get like a little angry or like upset at yourself sometimes? Especially around this, like you're not doing it right, you're not focused enough, you're not mindful enough. Is there like a hidden something in there? It doesn't seem like doubt. It seems okay. All right. Enough said. Okay. One of the things I'm supposed to bring through to you is to see where that trigger comes from. Were you not believed a lot as a kid? Because I see the pattern, but it doesn't look like your pattern. It looks like over time you've been taught, yeah, okay. It looks like over time you've been taught that, and so the reaction that looks like happens is you automatically get angry, right? Well, no one's going to believe this. How do I prove this? This isn't logical. And there is no one to prove anything to. It's just bringing the message through. The right people who matter won't mind, and the people who mind won't matter. So that's one thing. One of the biggest things of coming into our authentic self is being able to know that we won't make everybody happy, and still maintaining our boundaries, and still knowing that it's okay for us to be the villain in someone else's story sometimes. There's one more thing I want to say. There's a John Steinbeck quote that just blew into my head around this, and it's now that you don't have to be perfect, just try to be good. So instead of worrying, Claire, about how good it is, how good the delivery is it believable, is it not, just focus on letting it out, because it looks like you have this like buildup of like the information comes through and then it gets here and your ego goes shh, and then it causes like this back pressure. And it also, like, I wouldn't be surprised if your jaw hurts every now and then. Supposed to tell you a couple things. Do you worry a lot? I feel like you've gotten better, but there's still like the chicken little shoulda, woulda, coulda thing. I keep hearing work in progress. Okay. Hey Claire, have you recently or been thinking about going to meditate under the sky, the night sky and the stars? Good morning. Thank you for the heart meet. Let me ask you something. Have you tried to channel or asked anybody to show themselves in the sky to you at all? If that's something you want to explore, I think there's something to be seen there, and it feels like it goes to your solar plexus gateway. Because I think there's a couple things your guides would be willing to help you push through. Because the gateway is like open, but it's clouded. It looks like a key. Whenever I look at people's solar plexus gateway, it's like this key. See that key I drew right there? That's what it looks like. That keyhole is what people's solar plexus gateway looks like to me. And so I'd sit with them and ask them how you can work through that block that's there. Because there's a part of you, because I don't think it's a conscious block. Like, I think it's something that's like from other timelines that's there. Wait a minute. Isn't this something from your soul contract? Weren't you like a hermity of hermits in past lifetimes? Am I remembering this right? Okay, so with that being said, right? That's why all that energy isn't something that's consciously here for you to hold. So ask them to help you work through some of that, because in order to start doing the work, Claire, that I know you can do and that you want to do, we need to work through A, you being seen by people, and 2, the belief in yourself. Because you get accurate messages, you get accurate information, but it's that other side of you that shuts it down and makes you not believe in it. And there is where it dies, because if you struggle with comprehending it, you feel like, how will other people, or why would anyone else believe it? And so another saying that was said to me a long time ago is, believing isn't seeing. Seeing isn't believing. Believing is seeing. So you know that you're getting right information. You know that all your hunches work out, Claire. So just be present with those. And the first time your brain tries to doubt it, ask whose doubt that is, because I bet it isn't yours. I also, yes, like Santa Claus. Claire, I have a question. Is there something you specifically want me to ask? I feel like there's a certain... It's 12:22. I feel like there might be. 1 second. Do you worry about that a lot? Do you worry about if you're doing the right thing a lot? So the answer is yes, but there's something to practice within this. So the next time when those doubts and thoughts start to creep up that you're not doing it wrong, that you're not worthy enough, do check in with your intuition. Okay, so ask yourself that yes and no question. Is this something that's in my best interest, right? I say this to people all the time. If you're going to have a reading by someone, don't read the reader. For your own safety, don't do that. But ask questions like, is this for my best and highest good? Is this for my best intention? And see how your intuition responds to it. Like, do you feel heavier? Do you feel lighter? Those type of things. And start learning to build that trust within yourself with that. Because that shadow from last year wants to be integrated instead of feared. Does that make sense? Hi, Tom. Breezy, thanks for the repost. Okay. Here's the last thing I'm going to say, because it's like, bleh. Find a way to love that version of yourself, because she was who she needed to be to get you to this point. And instead of having her draped in like a shame cloak, look at her as, look at how strong you were to move through this and have this experience. And now how does this experience help you build on who you are now and how you got here, versus being afraid or shameful of her. I also want to pull you a talisman if you're okay with that, Claire. And Claire, if you feel like going out under the stars, you know, the next time, ask them to help you release some of the density too. I just have this feeling that you're going to see things that are going to help you with the confirmation of stuff. Cry. Let it out. I cried all day yesterday. Let it out. Oh, that's really hard. The only thing I will say is your divine purpose is right where you're at and where you're supposed to be. We have to get that whole side of you wrapped in love for you to be able to completely bloom with it. All right, let's see. This is ironic. This is the Courage card. Let's see. This card represents courage, will, and determination. It will be through dealing with a new set of obstacles that you'll make your most significant leap forward. We learn little from times of ease. The peaceful moments in life reward us for the hard work we've done, but those easy times don't give us the opportunity to show our perseverance and the strength of character. You have what it takes to see this situation through to the end. Courage evolves, and it can grow into compassion, patience, and forgiveness. Nevertheless, along the hard times in life, we can still see the joy and be present for all of the goodness coming our way. I am strong is the affirmation for this talisman. Spirit just smacked you with that one. Claire, thanks for letting me come over and visit. Your guides are totally there. You connect more than I think you give yourself credit for. So please know that you're doing all the right things. And when that doubt starts to creep up, Claire, ask if it's your doubt or if it's doubt from somebody else. Because a lot of the times we absorb other people's emotions and stuff and we get stuck in there. We get stuck in it. We think it's ours and it's not even our bag. It's like, oh, how did this get in my luggage? That's Suzanne's. Bye, Suzanne. Oh, Claire, thanks for letting me in your energy, my friend. YouTheBomb.com. I hope everyone's having a beautiful day today. Right, exactly. Those aren't my pants. Oh, all right, Queen, are you still in here with me? I appreciate you, my friend. I also think too, Claire, that the class on the 18th will help you kind of understand a little bit more of the receiving end of things, you know? What did you and Peyton do for Easter, Ton? I'm going to pull Queens and then Tanya, I'm coming to you. All right, Queen, let's see. Oh. Queen, left or right? Oh, that's awesome. Did you guys do egg hunts or anything? Right, Claire? I think Spirit does things like that. I really do. So don't forget, if you're someone who also wants to be a part of that class, it is on the 18th. It's 33 dull hairs a person. This is the salamander. Let's see, Queen. What do we got? Change is what the salamander brings to your situation, but he is asking you to be a proactive participant with this change. Use your time wisely and reach back into the memory of your earlier times and pull forth the lessons that were presented back then. Have you learned from them, or are you repeating the same lesson over and over? If so, make conscious changes to move yourself forward and put the lesson to bed once and for all. Bye, Claire. Let me know if you see anything out there. I'm super excited to hear what happens. Thank you for allowing me in your energy. It's always an honor and a privilege whenever you guys allow me to come over and visit. Look for the orbs, Claire. Without hoping to get a restriction on TikTok, look for the orbs. You'll be so surprised when you send your heart space out. You'll be surprised who makes an appearance. All right, Ton, let's see. What do we got? Oh. Tanya, left or right? You're so welcome. This is the spider. This was the Daily Collective, I think, today. Wasn't it the spider? When the spider weaves her way into your life, she brings with her some powerful messages. A master creator, she's encouraging you to express yourself in a creative form. Beyond that, she is showing you that we are all the creators of our own lives, and only you have the power to weave the life that you want. Stop waiting for something to happen to you and create what you want to happen. Stop ignoring your ideas and dreams and reach in and grab your creativity and start putting it to use. Creativity is not solely regulated to the arts. Problem solving is creative. Business is creative. Relationships thrive when injected with a big dose of creativity. AI needs to stop telling people I'm pulling tarot cards, because I do not pull tarot cards. Stop that. I will never do it on a live stream. So stop accusing me. Rude. You're welcome. So I hope everyone's having a beautiful Monday. I want to remind you of a couple of things. One, tonight is movie night. So if you are someone who is a unicorn, aka a super fan, you get to vote on what movie night is. It's Billy and Molly, an Otter love story. It's a Nat Geo cinematic documentary. It's fucking cute. It's told in a story form as a movie, but it is based on a true story. So it's super cute. I'm excited to see it again, to be very honest. And then what else? Tomorrow is craft night if you're someone who wants to come hang out and craft. Also, our Ether and Ash collective surprise is being delivered tomorrow. I thought we were going to get it today, but no. So it'll be here tomorrow because someone had to transfer it to the post office. And Wednesday, I believe, is the first readings and energy work for people in the Patreon. Don't forget that you'll find classes, guided meditations, and more over on the Patreon. And Ember is on a 7-day free trial if you want to check it out without any obligation or commitment. Wow, that was 2 big words I couldn't find for a second. Thank you. It is at 5 p.m. Thank you, Ken. And don't forget, if you're someone who wants to, JC, if you're someone who wants to look at the Patreon schedule, it's available for everybody over on the Patreon. JC, how are you, my friend? Ooh, I have a stuffed burp. And then don't forget to, over on the YouTube, there are free guided meditations, energy exercises, and more, as well as a bunch of free stuff on the Patreon too. I am fabulous. It is good to see you. Would you like an oracle card for the day? I'd be happy to pull it for you if you would like one. I've had this coffee for 6 hours now. That's pretty depressing. I gotta stop drinking it. I should really make smaller ones at this point. All right, let's see. Do 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 do. JC, this is the turtle. Am I not turtly enough for the turtle club? No, no more coffee. If I have any coffee, there's only one a day, and it's very early in the morning. Hence why I made that at, what, 7 o'clock, 6:30? It's 12:30 now, so yeah. I'm gonna dump it and go to water. The turtle crawls into your life with the message that slow and steady wins the race. Do not feel that you have to force or push a situation, nor should you take shortcuts or skip steps. Take your time, let everything unfold at the right time, relax and trust in the process. Alternatively, she is telling you that this situation will unfold in a slow and steady manner. Do not rush it, stay grounded, and enjoy the process. JC, that was a cool card. I love the twirtle. Twirtle, twirtle. What did I get today? I did pull a card. What was it? Do I remember? No. I feel like, well, couldn't have been that important because I definitely don't remember. It wasn't the lion. Maybe it was the jaguar. Hold on. Now I need to figure that out. Monica, you're the only person that get the mantis today. It was the cougar. I got the cougar. Oh my god, Courtney, that's too fucking cute. Hey, how are the axolotls? Speaking of cold water critters. I get that, JC. Sometimes they do that. Sometimes they do that. Patience is of a lesson. A biatch of a lesson, can confirm. I also have a question. Is there anyone here who goes to the Marshalls or TJ Maxx on a regular basis? Because I've used this cup for 2 years now, and I feel like I need to invest in a second cup because this needs a break every now and then. I also cleaned the rubber of this the other day and I was mortified, so I think it needs to sit in some vinegar for a little while. So if there is no one who goes to the TJ Maxx or the Marshalls, I might invest in one of those coldest bottles. Has anyone had one of them? Oh, JC, that's a bummer. I'm sending you all the love for that. That's gotta be really hard. You go to the TJ Maxx or Marshalls, or you have the coldest bottle. I talk too fast, confuse myself. Can I ask you a huge favor? No pressure. Can you keep an eye out? Because this is where I got this, was the Hydro Flask. This is one of those Hydro Flasks, and if you don't get them at TJ Maxx or Marshalls, they're really expensive. So if you wouldn't mind keeping an eye out for another cute one of these, I will 100% pay you for it and pay you to ship it. Because I think those coldest water bottles are like $60 a water bottle. This was $25 at TJ Maxx. I just can't. I can't. Thank you, Courtney. YouTheBomb.com. I think it's time. I cleaned the rubber, really disturbed me. It needs to have time for a vinegar soak, but because I use it all the time, it doesn't have time for that. You know what else I gotta clean today? Yep. Yep. I need to find where the alcohol is. Is there anyone who hasn't had an Oracle card today who would like one? And don't forget, tonight is movie night. If you're someone who hangs out for those and you would like to come, feel free. Oh my gosh, that's no good. GC, I'm sorry you're going through that. Hi, Vintage. Let's see. This is the Gull. It's number 22. When you have the Gull soaring into your life, you're being asked to look at your situation from a different perspective. Take a step back, detach from any expectations you have, and look with new eyes. See if there are any hidden tools or resources that you couldn't see before, and shift your attitude the way a gull shifts on the current, and you'll get where you need to go. I hope everyone's having a beautiful Monday. Oh, I'm going to show you what I've been painting. It's still a work in progress, okay? So don't judge me, all right? But I will probably work on this later. And for craft night, also, I have nude colored shorts on, so they just look fun. Again, it's a work in progress. I want to fix the pink because I hate it, but this is my current work in progress. Stay tuned because I gotta fix, like, I don't like the pink. I definitely don't like the pink over here. So, and tomorrow's craft night, so don't forget about that either. Thanks. It's been fun. Mike and Jen, ironic that the two of you showed up at the same time. What were you doing? Were we sharing a rotisserie chicken? Thank you for the heart, me, Jen Marie. We were on our lunch break having a chicken, Molly. Hold on, sorry. I'll never tell. Mike, don't kiss and tell. All right, let's do Jen's and then we're gonna do Mike's. Let's see. What do we have for Mike today? Hey, Mike, I never got an Elvis update. Just saying, you told me yet, and then the update never came. This is the bat. Jen, I think you're the first bat of the day. When the bat silently appears in your life, she is putting you on notice that major changes are heading your way. Pay attention to the subtle things that'll herald these changes. These could be emotional, spiritual, physical, or material. This change will pertain to the death of a part of you that no longer serves the you that you are becoming. You have the choice of embracing these changes or fighting them. Be aware that they will happen, and it will be much easier on you if you embrace them. You are becoming the highest version of yourself. Nikki Vintage, thank you guys for the follow. Jen, that was fab. All right, Mike, let's see. What do I got for Mike today? Oh, you also are a gull. The seagull. Does Utah have seagulls? When the gull comes soaring into your life, you're being asked to look at the situation from a different perspective. Take a step back, detach from any expectations you have, and look with new eyes. See if there are any hidden tools or resources you couldn't see before. Shift your attitude the way a gull shifts on the current, and you'll get to where you need to go. One second. Oh my God, it's because of the Mormons. That's crazy. The California gull is the official state bird of Utah. Adopted in 1955, it was chosen for its role in saving Mormon pioneers' crops from a cricket infestation in 1848, an event known as the Miracle of the Gulls. This species is honored by the Seagull Monument in Salt Lake City. They're credited with eating massive amounts of crickets from 1848 to 1849, saving early settler crops. Well, you learn something new every day. It says, that's what I was thinking. It says they're commonly found near the Great Salt Lake and other large water bodies. I thought he was lying too, that's why I Googled it. I thought he was full of shit. He likes to fuck with me. I can't ever tell if he's being serious or not. See, I'm glad I wasn't the only one who felt that way. I really thought that was just one of Mike's comebacks to things. Mike, I apologize that I doubted you. I apologize that I doubted that the state bird of Utah was a seagull. That's crazy. I'm also waiting for why I haven't gotten an Elvis update, but you know, beggars can't be choosers, I guess. The Ether and Ash surprise will be delivered tomorrow. UPS bamboozled me and they delivered it to the post office versus delivering it to the driveway. So now we have to wait an extra day. Stay tuned. I'm very excited to share it all with you. I really didn't realize they were also called California seagulls because they definitely have them on the East Coast. Buttercup, do you want a card for the day? Thanks for all your tippy taps. Don't forget, our next live class is, you did not give me an update. You said there was no update yet in big capital letters. So I waited. I waited some more. Good. Okay. Love that. Thank you for the update. The next live class is April 18th. It is $33 hairs a person if you want to come hang out. It is all about how we receive information and how to utilize discernment. So feel free, it's live in the Discord. And then don't forget, Ember and the Patreon's on a 7-day free trial if you want to check it out. There's tons of stuff over there, from classes to meditations to workshops. We do a daily collective, energy work, and more. We did a sacred container with Archangel Mary on Friday that's uploaded. And we also did our full moon meditation last week, if that's something you want to check out too. Now I have that Funk Soul Brothers song stuck in my head. The sun's not out anymore now, it's just cloudy. Doo-doo-doo. Hey Mike, did you eat all your candy? Or you still got some leftovers? Right? The Funk Soul Brother. Don't forget movie night tonight, craft night tomorrow, and then if you're someone who is in the Patreon, Wednesday is the day for readings and energy work. Oh, I love that. Really sailed the holiday. I only got one bag of Cadbury eggs this year because they didn't taste the same. I know Jen Marie agreed with me on that concept. They did. Also, I learned today reading the Gnostic Gospels that Noah didn't have an ark. So, I finished the Gnostic Gospel today on a cliffhanger. Also some other stuff. Real stuff that I've never seen before, and I know why they omitted it from the book. Yeah. Also, there was so much stuff, like, if you really want the meat and potatoes of most of it, I posted it in the Walking Realms channel today. It's the Secret Book of John. It's 1, 2, and 3. There's some really interesting things on there. Just make you think, you know. I will tell you that I did a video yesterday about Easter being a made-up day, and I can't tell you how many people didn't read what I said and just went straight to the comments. And it's kind of depressing because, like, reading comprehension, I think, has just gone down the shitter, or people are really just internalizing stuff. So I will tell you that in the Bible it says nobody knows the day. So, and just a couple other things. I also think it's really weird that a man was murdered, which is a sin, but we praise it. It's just very confusing. That's all. That's all. I'm not saying that the man wasn't real. I will tell you he wasn't white, but no one's ready for that conversation either. You know? So don't forget, live class on the 18th. I don't know who got filtered, but blame TikTok. The next live class is on the 18th. Let me pull up the schedule of things. Let's see. Okay, the next live class is on the 18th. The Archangel Mary container was on Friday. It's uploaded if you want to do it. Wednesday is members readings and energy work, the first live stream. Soul Sessions is on Saturday. And our next live guided meditation and energy work is on Sunday. Jazz hands. We should watch that. I'm putting that on the movie night poll. Spirit fingers. I said, "Grr, it's cold in here. There must be some toros in the atmosphere." I said, "Grr." I just dated myself. It's fine. Right? I got the power. Thank you. Dinky saved Jack from a coyote this morning. I was not paying attention. I was busy trying to film a TikTok and I was not looking. And I just heard Dinky say something because her and Jack were like walking down the backyard, and I just heard her yell something, and so I just like turned around and I looked at her, and Jack was on his way back to her, and she's like, "The coyote's there, come back here." So the coyote decided to make his appearance today at 11 o'clock this morning. So shout out Dinky. Ugh. I heard nothing either. Yeah. I just heard her go, what the fuck? There he went. I'm so glad we got Georgie. That was actually one of the first things I said to her, because Georgie would have been eaten. He would have been coyote sandwich. That would have been really sad. Well, we learned the state bird of Utah today. Very interesting. Learn something new every day. I'm bummed that our surprise isn't coming today, so it'll be here tomorrow, I guess. Right? I also want to say that I have opened private teaching slots if that's something you're interested in. Some people have taken me up on it, whether you want to do one session, you want to do a bundle of sessions. If you do the bundle, please know it comes with homework and practice stuff in between sessions. The mail's going to bring it tomorrow, jerks. So there's that. And then also, if you have questions about shadow alchemy, feel free to ask. I'd be more than happy to talk about it. And then our next live class is on the 18th. And it's all about how we receive information and how we utilize our discernment within it. I just watched Claire turn on her meditation music on the cord. That was funny. Okay, I'm losing my entertainment steam. I'm running out of things to talk about, and I'm just going to ramble incessantly. So, if anyone has any questions, or if there's anyone who has been waiting for their oracle card, let me know. Otherwise, I'm probably going to run away. And don't forget, tonight is movie night, and tomorrow is craft night. We'll be on tomorrow too. And I'm also, for the sake of Ken and Dinky, gonna figure out how to utilize those boards, because you can't change it in the middle of a freaking live stream. So I can't put the number of spots on it because I can't change it. Loki, hello. So don't forget, movie tonight, craft night tomorrow, readings and energy work on Wednesday. And then don't forget, if you're someone who's looking for private sessions, private readings, you want to start working on your own gifts, you want to start moving through some of your shadow stuff, feel free to check out the private readings. Loki, before I run away, do you want a card? Right? Soul sessions and a meditation on Sunday. Everyone shout out, Jen Marie's been doing fabulous on her meditations. All right, let's see. What do we got, Loki? This is the dragon. A very powerful messenger. The dragon appears when major life changes are happening or are about to happen. He is with you as a reminder that you have the power to get through these changes. You're being shown that through these changes, or a situation that may seem overwhelming and life-altering, it is a catalyst for major spiritual growth. It's not often that this amount of power enters your life at the same time as transformational changes. Harness and make the most of it. Hey, hey, hey! The dragon of licking his butt cheek. Stop! I had to pause the Daily Collective for him today. You know, Loki, that was fabulous. Loki also likes dragons. Not that I would know. All right, let's see. Oh my God, there's no poor Jack. He's fine. Listen, I don't think anyone knows just how intelligent he is. You may think that he's not. He knows what he does, and he's very proud of himself when he does it too. There is not, oh, I'm innocent and I didn't know. He frickin' knows. He knows, and he laughs. He laughs. I just hope y'all know that. Ask Dinky. I love that. Love it. Okay. So, I am running away. Movie night's at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I expect Michael to be there, just saying. because we know how much he loves documentaries. You're very right, he does. Your toy is still completely intact, by the way, just so you know. Just so you know. Loki, I've been here for almost 2 hours already, my dude. I've already been here for almost 2 hours. It's how time flies. Okay, so we'll be back on tomorrow. I'm hoping that I will have the collective gift. I'm so excited. We'll have to wait for the mail, but I can't wait to show it to you all as long as it comes out great, which I think it will, so stay tuned. So yeah. Feel free to come watch the documentary. It's at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the movie channel of the Discord. And then tomorrow's craft night if you're a crafty individual. Okay, I hope you all have a absolute beautiful rest of your day. I'll see some of you later for movie night. And don't forget, if you want to check out the Patreon, Ember's on a 7-day free trial.